clink clink.
A clink clink. Oh, these are like plastic cups.
Mm-hmm. That was brilliant, mate.
Yeah, Ty and Eric back in the booth of our local Irish pub, where we have once again hunkered down in order to record this episode of Think Fresh. Guinness in hand, many tastefully grayed white men.
Grayed as in
grayed,
like gray hairs?
Gray hair. Definitely not talking about gray matter, because these guys' brains are absolutely tinkered in the booths nearby. But this is our safe space. This is where we come to record our best content.
That's right, Ty. There is inspiration on the walls, inspiration in the glass, inspiration across the table for me. This is, I gotta say, a perfect scenario to go deep on some, I don't know, juicy topics.
Juicy is a good way to describe the topics of today, because this is a fruit-themed episode. So let's talk about your life, Eric.
Uncalled for. I don't know. What's even going on in the world, Ty? We talked about, we just had some lunch, actually. You had a Beyond Meat burger.
That's right.
Very classic pick.
And you the bangers and mash, a very typical pick for Eric.
That's right. You can almost predict it at 100% accuracy rate, I think.
Yeah, I can.
What I would order at an Irish pub.
Easy pick every time. Like it's usually got like it's heavy protein. There's always like a novel take on a carb. Mashed potatoes is a good exception to that, and no veg. And
there's some veg. There's some broccoli.
Was there broccoli in there?
I ate them all.
It was the Guinness gravy though. That's what told me. I'm like, that was a signal. Like, this is Eric's pick. Guinness gravy is crazy.
Yeah, dude. When you're splitting the gravy on your bowl of mashed potatoes, that's a nice little Friday treat. I might say.
The gravy. That's wild. We're not talking sharesies.
Hell no. We're not splitting anything on the table here.
No, dude. We got our own personal pints right now, and it's going down smoothly and quickly.
That's right. So yeah, to Ty's earlier point, there's about 20 males next door to us. You could probably hear them over my voice, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, other than, it's probably a Christmas party of some kind. Where do you think these bros work? Because they all look the exact same.
I think they work at like a deodorant company, or like just like something. Where is there no diversity? Is a good way to that would be my question to respond to your question. Is whatever company lacks Deloitte maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Deloitte, or it's definitely like
KPMG maybe.
Actually, that's more like it. Deloitte's too blue chip now.
You're
KPMG
right.
is like, it's one of the big boys in this landscape, but
yeah.
I don't know if they're really pulling top talent these days.
That's a good point.
Oh, fuck.
Some sort of hedge fund, maybe a Citadel or something.
100%. Oh man, I was just reminded of the market crash yesterday, Ty. Did you catch any whiff of that? I think Bitcoin's down.
Oh, I'm feeling it, buddy. That's why I'm drinking away my sorrows in this black Guinness nectar.
That's right. I think I lost $2,000 yesterday, but it's all good. We're back.
It's okay. We will be back soon.
Yeah, I just think it's a flash sale. At the end of the day,
it's a good buying opportunity. Some analysts suggest. Perhaps the analysts next door.
Yeah. Oh man!
All they're buying though is Guinness. It's crazy. Every single person in this bar is drinking the exact same fluid, but they have a menu that's so big. This menu is ginormous, and everyone's ordering one thing.
Yeah, dude, the Kilkenny keg under the bar has been there since 2020.
Yeah, the Kilkenny's gone flat, dude. No one's touching that. No one's touching the lager. No one's touching the IPA. Yeah. God forbid that they bring a sour on tap.
Dude, we don't need that shit anymore. 2024, we're banning sours. But yeah, quite interesting, Ty. There is a Kilkenny Cream Ale, 4.3% alcohol, same exact price as our beloved Guinness. Is that the Bing of Guinness?
If Guinness is Google, then Kilkenny is Bing for sure, dude. No one is touching that shit.
It's the Quiznos of it all.
Yeah, it really is. Whoa. Man.
Would you ever order it just to try? I wouldn't either, dude. It's too much of a risk.
Waste of a pint. Damn. There's also some weird shit going on in the whiskey section here. Can I visit that menu really quickly?
Of course you can.
Okay, so the one I want to bring to the breadhead's attention is the blackened walnut whiskey. This blackened American whiskey is owned by Metallica, and there's a note here in the menu about that. I think it's kind of cool for like an old head musical group to get into alcohol because they're like spent their whole life just like absolutely zooted,
Yeah.
and then they're like, we want our listeners to feel what we felt, so
Yeah.
let's make a whiskey brand.
That's right. Diddy would agree. Ciroc
Exactly.
was very profitable for him, I imagine.
Yeah, dude. I'm a Ciroc apologist. I think that like we can separate the man from the fluid.
Yeah, I think Ciroc is trying really hard to do that.
I think so too. They're like,
The
yeah,
company is
he's
like-
not even on our board of directors anymore. We promise.
I think they're actually suing him.
Are they?
Yeah,
For slander or what?
Or I think I brought this up like 20 episodes ago, but I think he's either suing them or they're suing him, and that's probably why all these allegations came out.
Oh, you think?
I remember, saying
I do kind of remember this. You think that this is an inside Ciroc job? They're trying to sock him.
Yeah, dude. I made this joke last time for sure, but I think he's stuck between a Ciroc and a hard place.
Hey, there we go. For sure.
Oh, man.
So we'll see if the same situation happens when Metallica inevitably gets canceled. But this is what's weird about this whiskey brand is that what makes it unique is that when they're aging the whiskey, Metallica music blasts in the warehouse the whole time during the aging process, so that the sound waves can like jiggle the liquid and help it, I guess, just like soak into the wood barrels that it's in.
Stimulates movement, I guess.
Right.
This reminds me of my elementary school science project where I grew a bean sprout.
You grew a bean sprout.
I did an A/B test, Ty. I had one who was listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
I had 50 Cent playing to this bean sprout.
Cool.
And then on the other floor of my house, I had, same sun, everything. I had just a bean sprout growing in silence. See if there was any effect on music on the actual growth process.
So did you just run back the same 50 Cent .mp3 file all day, 24/7?
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right.
Do you remember which track? Was it in the club?
It might have been, Ty.
That's
probably
awesome.
some PIMP as well.
Yeah.
It was that era for sure, 2005 or something.
I feel like the song
2003.
selection's like pretty important for the success of that test.
It is. I intentionally went with like a bass heavy song because I was like, we got to get as much sound waves as possible. You know what I mean?
Right,
the hertz
right.
got to be low.
I just feel like so many similar studies have been done, and they're all it's like Bach, or like a Mozart going, a symphony of music, something that has like a criticality associated with it or an intelligent community associated with it. And they're always like, oh yeah, if you let your plants listen to Mosey, then they're gonna growsy all the way up the wall.
Yeah, I've heard that, especially with like babies in the womb too.
Yeah,
the mother will listen to this podcast to boost their son's sense of humor.
Dude, yeah, nothing like womb music, back womb music. Marvin's womb. Damn.
Dude, I listened to that song this morning.
It still hits, doesn't it?
It's like the perfect weather outside to listen to Marvin's Room on the way to your 9 to 5.
Yeah, sometimes you just need Marvin's Room and a cup of soup.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, do you buy any of this bullshit that Metallica's peddling? You're gonna get like sound You ran the studies. You're actually the industry expert here. What do you got for us?
I'm the only one who's qualified to speak on this, and I gotta say, no impact. I don't think it's doing much for the barrel, but I don't know if the results are fully transferable to liquid because I was testing it against a plant.
That's true. It's adjacent industry here.
Yeah.
Do you think that like if Subway played anything other than The Weeknd, the sauces would taste better? Because like there's just like this slow music. It's not slow music, but it's slowly permeating the plastic bottle all day, every day. Surely the atmosphere effect, like all food is a byproduct of its context.
Right. I don't know, Ty. That's a really tricky question. To be honest, I think like what matters more is can the music that is played salivate the mouths of its customers?
That is a better question, because if it can go straight for the tongue, it doesn't matter if it affects the marinara sauce.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could go one less sauce if your mouth's watering.
Dude, saliva is the secret fifth sauce.
spit on that thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome. So
Okay, so saliva is actually the most important sauce because it's the sauce that like blends with all the other sauces.
what a crazy sentence.
Yeah, because it's kind of like your contribution to the sandwich. At the end of the day, everything that you contribute to the sandwich comes from the mouth.
Chomp chomp.
Chomp chomp.
Personally, bro, my secret fifth sauce is the milk to go.
Yeah.
Let's be real, bro.
You're drinking the milk to go right now. This is Guinea.
Yeah, dude. The Guinness is the milk to go of drinking and driving.
Oh, dude. Okay, last episode we compared Guinness to milk, as the loyal listeners already know. Between then and now, I took that to heart and I dunked a cookie in my most recent Guinness.
Yeah, dude.
A little Oreo action.
This guy really lives his raps. You know what I mean? Mm. He's not rap capping.
I'm not rap capping here, dude. I got lean on the dash. Watch my Snap stories. They're crazy. I'm dunking Oreos in the Guinness.
Oh, shit.
No cap. And it actually was really good, dude. It soaked it up perfectly. Both the Guinness and the Oreo stood to gain from that collab.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you, by accident, break off a piece of the cookie into the Guinness?
I did not. I'm very careful. You know, I'm a very delicate dipper. So I was fine, but I could see that being a risk because there's something about maybe the nitrogen infusion in this perfect pint that erodes the cookie at a faster rate than you'd expect.
It's the same as spitting on it. It just dissolves in front of your eyes.
Yeah, it's the nitrogen is the saliva of the pint.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of nitrogen, Ty, last time I was at my parents' place, I showed my dad how I pour a Guinness.
Yeah.
And that is by flipping the can fully vertical into the glass and then slowly lifting the can so that it's always a millimeter above the water line. And you just kind of slowly pour it out. And it results in a perfect pour 10 out of 10 times. My dad loves this fact. All dads love beer pours.
Yeah.
And now that I've taught him how to do it, he brought it up again last time and was like, dude, check this out. He does it. I'm like, this is awesome.
Dude, if you can teach a 60-year-old man a new pour, that's huge.
That is so big for my personal brand.
Yeah. Especially if it actually is functionally driven, because they don't care about the performative aspect of pouring at this point. Just get me the fluid as efficiently as possible.
Exactly. And I think it's I guess part of the nitrogen making the beer itself more creamy and smooth, but also the ball that's in the can, I think it kind of blocks the opening, so not enough liquid will come out to overflow the glass.
Yeah.
You know, it'll always be a perfect stream.
Yeah, I don't know how they get those little balls in there, but I'm happy they're there.
How the hell do they get those little balls in there?
They have to. It doesn't make any sense. They almost have to pop it in before they cap the can, I guess.
Oh yeah.
That would probably be.
Yeah, how do you fucking cap the can?
I don't really understand how manufacturing works in any industry.
No.
That's not my expertise.
Me neither.
I've manufactured hundreds of feet of sandwiches personally, but beyond that, I got no skin in the game.
Yeah, you're in the construction and demolition service.
Dude, yeah. Set it up, take it down.
That's right. Yeah, dude. So was 9/11 a controlled demolition, Ty? Let's get into it.
From my vantage point, I think it probably was. I don't think you saw them, dude. They fell like a tower, like a controlled demolition. The towers fell the exact same way.
Yep, one after the other.
Yep, perfectly aligned, perfectly down. Not a tippy. Have you ever played Jenga, Eric?
I have.
If you take a Jenga block and you throw it at the Jenga tower, how does it fall?
Great question, Ty. It tips over.
It tips over. So why did each tower just perfectly collapse down in on itself? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll never get over that.
I'll never get over it either, Ty. Experts say that the jet fuel melted the steel beams that are supporting the tower, and I guess because it's insulated, it created such a high heat that the entire support structure just melted away. Do you buy that for a second? Because I don't.
The plane hit at like the 70th floor, so it's like it melted the steel beams in the basement. Make that make sense. So-called experts. I don't know. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I don't buy it either.
I'm not gonna say it's an inside job. I just don't believe the official stance. There's something missing here.
Yeah, who knows, man. The thing that really gets me though is Tower 7.
Dude, Tower 7 is crazy. Of course I know about Tower 7. No one's talking about Tower 7, Aaron.
Dude, episode 390, finally bringing up Tower 7.
It just and everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
make sense at all.
Damn. So you're telling me the jet fuel melted the steel beams, but it didn't melt the terrorist passport?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
What a crazy part of our history is a Western nation, a North American nation. It's just that's our Holocaust. There, I said it.
That's crazy.
It's pretty fucking insane that happened. I still can't believe it. It feels like a dream. It's all one cohesive group dream that we have.
It is, and the social repercussions are so intense. I can't go a week without seeing a video of it. Every week, in 2024, I see a 9/11 video that from an angle I've never seen before. I don't know if it's my algo or what.
I think by the end of the year, we're gonna get the pilot's POV.
An AI-generated body cam. That'd be pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
So, do you think the truth will ever come out here, or do you think, as long as the United States, as long as the U.S. dollar is the global current reserve currency, will we know the truth about 9/11?
I don't know, Ty. What is throwing me off a little bit though is the fact that the government kind of knows all. It knows who killed JFK.
Yeah.
It knows if aliens have really landed on Earth.
It knows who hired Luigi to assassinate that CEO.
Exactly. It's all knowing,
Yeah.
And a lot of these things are classified, but if you know, kind of thing. Like Trump knows who killed JFK.
Yeah, Trump
right?
knows why those drones are on the coast of New Jersey.
Exactly.
He's just not telling.
But there's just no alternative theories for 9/11 that are coming from the government. People who are trying to run for president are saying I'm going to leak the fucking JFK files. No one's saying I'm going to leak the 9/11 files.
No.
It's very well agreed upon that it's a terrorist attack.
Yes.
It's only the fringe internet communities that are still fighting the good fight,
It's true. But I think that's because the byproduct of 9/11 is intervention in the Middle East. And there's still intervention happening in the Middle East, and there will still continue to be. So if they unwind 9/11, then it unwinds all of the things leading up to present-day activities. Mm-hmm. And present-day activities, until they're resolved Cold War era, bygone era, their hands are tied. They have to lean into the narrative.
Mm-hmm. You know what else, Ty? I watched an interview recently of the flight instructor that trained the pilot who flew into the towers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
they must carry a guilty conscience.
Yeah, they probably have to work through some things in therapy.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want to be their therapist.
Yeah. Can you imagine that baggage that comes with that?
Damn.
Holy fuck. But the interview was with the guy who taught the actual pilot, and the pilot was learning how to fly in America. He moved to America, went to school here, and passed the class, and then got his pilot's license, I guess. Cool. Or I guess knew enough to pilot the damn thing. But it's pretty crazy. The the instructor was yeah, there were so many flags, and I reported all of them to the board or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, he's this guy can't speak English, isn't very good. I don't know how he got into the class, kind of thing. Really bad at the simulator, all this shit. And then people on the other line were yeah, whatever, don't worry about it too much.
Whoa.
So there could be some collusion.
That is interesting. A little favoritism there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure this guy was saying some crazy shit too. I would give my life to fly a plane. Please, I'm so passionate. Just
So when do I say Allah Akbar?
Yeah, that's take off or landing.
Yeah. Why is that your password for logging in? Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, kind of crazy, but yeah, imagine like kind of being like indirectly responsible for what happened. That's kind of like a scary thing to live with.
It's everyone's 7 steps removed from Al Qaeda, you know. Like
everybody knows a guy who knows a guy.
It's kind of crazy that we always talk about like, oh yeah, you're 7 people away from knowing, I don't know, Clooney, but no one says that you're 7 people away from knowing like the head of ISIS.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You're probably 7 people away from knowing everybody on Earth.
I feel like that, but also at the same time, that fact was introduced when Earth was at like 6 billion. We're up to 8 now. We might need to add an 8th person to the list, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe more connections are good.
Depends if you count parasocial relationships, because that would definitely boost the number too.
Yeah, like I feel like I really do know Taylor Swift.
Yeah, dude, I know all of Joe Rogan's favorite hobbies. You know what I mean? Guy loves bears, shooting things with a bow and arrow.
Me for real.
Yeah, wrestling with bros.
Dude, okay, some funny business is going on with the Middle East, because like I watched this whole YouTube documentary about how like America had really good relations with like Iran or Iraq, and so did Britain, because they were like getting all the oil out, and then like there was a hostile takeover by the British of the oil refineries, and then they're like, fuck it, we're renaming this Boston Petroleum, no local involvement. And they just like, BP is basically a colonial effort to like take over all the oil rigs in the Middle East that were originally like built and co-owned by local government. And then BP's like, no, this is ours now. And we're going to like do all we can to protect our interests in this space. And as soon as that happened, like Iranian politics with the West, like got kind of obliterated, because they're like, you guys just stole our only export. We live in the desert, and we're now don't even have access to our own oil in our own land. So the whole thing kind of fell apart. And now that was like 40 years ago, and now we have a billion wars happening. And it all kind of goes back to that situation with Boston Petroleum. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is interesting. So you're telling me that the U.S. basically like took over the oil manufacturing industry over there?
Yeah, they're like, it's mine.
Okay. I mean, I'd rather they do it there than here.
For
Canada,
sure.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. They could have just as easily, we could have been them.
They could have driven here.
It would have been so much easier, and we would have given up way sooner.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, don't
we
give
could have
any
been
ideas.
The great state of Canada 50 years ago.
Yeah. Dude, fuck. It's pretty crazy that the us becoming the 51st state is in the hands of Surfer Boy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. The curly locks.
Yeah, Mr. Trudeau.
Governor Trudeau.
Yeah. Fuck, man. So you're telling me it has nothing to do with Iran pumping money into Hamas?
Maybe that plays... Okay, obviously I know nothing about anything. I'm 2 guineas deep. There's probably so many more factors.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, JRE style, do your own research.
Yeah. This is a satire podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, man.
There's something fishy with Boston Petroleum in the Middle East, though. I'm just saying.
The fact that it's called Boston Petroleum just makes me like, I don't know, man. It makes me disappointed.
Or wait, is it British Petroleum? BP. What is BP?
I don't know, Boston Pizza?
Boston Pizza? I keep saying that, but I don't know anything, dude. I'm just a dumb idiot who... I have so many microplastics in my brain and balls from Subway that, like, I literally I can't even comprehend the complexity of global politics beyond my own neighborhood. Municipal elections are tough for me.
We are nearing the end of our second Guinness, so anything you hear from now on, actually, last 10 minutes, just disregard.
Please, yes. If you can hear us at all with the fucking Irish Spring company next door.
Oh, fun. You ever try their 13-in-1 shampoo? That was pretty good.
Okay, what are all 13? Let's try to do this right now.
Okay.
Obvious. Let's get the easy ones out of the way. Shampoo, conditioner, face wash, deodorant, body wash, ball wash, mouth wash, car wash.
toothpaste, face cream.
Yep, lotion and toner. 2 more. Like, maybe like barbecue sauce.
Yeah, you can. It's a Guinness additive.
Yeah, and motor oil.
And motor oil. Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant.
Yeah, right before you sell your whip, you can just pour some Irish Spring in there, and it'll get that funny sound out.
Oh yeah,
so you can sell your car.
It'll just fix everything. Would you ever put all 13? I feel like there's about 13 sauces on the Subway menu. Would you ever consider just getting them all? Is that crazy? Because I've never tried it, and it seems like a pretty easy move.
I feel like we kind of did this when we blended the sandwich, Ty. Like, I don't know if we did all 13, but I think we just loaded the fuck out of it with sweet onion or whatever.
Yeah, we picked the sauce that would be most blendable. Like a sauce that's like not too thick and creamy, because that's not. We need liquid. We need oil. We need lubricants.
Yep.
Yeah. And it would be the same thing whether that sandwich is going in a blender or going in the colon, in the large intestine. You need it to be able to be processed.
It's gotta slide down, no problem.
Dude, gotta slide down. Vultures too, baby.
We almost had Subway today, but I'm happy we didn't. We had,
too.
Some Irish food instead. I think next time I'm gonna try the pot pie.
No way.
Yeah. Yes way.
Dude, I've been in a bit of a pot pie era. Like, I almost ordered a shepherd's pie for dinner last night at the Keg because they do a vegan one. But then I hard pivoted at the last minute.
Okay.
We're in pie territory this time of year. Like, whether you proactively seek one out, one will find you. I'm looking forward to the day me and the pie Ty and Pie collab. Crossing paths.
Shepherd's tie, if you will.
Shepherd's tie. I love that.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I'm not really like a, meat and veggie inside pastry guy, but if I was, I would be into the beef Wellington. I feel like that's like, on paper, I should like that.
Dude, they're so good. You gotta get into that.
Okay.
I think this like pop. Oh, did you guys pick that up, redheads?
W's in the chat for the pot pie. Yeah, dude. Okay. Beef Wellington is on my bucket list for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well.
The thing with pie, hear me out. When you get a savory pie, there's 2 ways it can be served. You can either get a slice or you can get the whole miniature pie. You know the mini pie? I'm a mini pie man because you get so much more crust and there's the fun surprise and delight of cutting into it. You get just the slice and that's how the restaurant serves you. Fucking bullshit. You know what's in there, it's leaking out, and you're getting minimal crust.
Yeah.
Terrible.
If they serve you a slice, I don't think it's a real pub.
It's not a real pub. No, they want to give you the whole pie.
Exactly, because it's oozing out all the good stuff. Like, you're losing half of it in transit,
100%. It's still in the pan.
Exactly. The one that's inside the tiny little skillet, that one is, all the juices are in there. You can spoon it up.
Yeah, 100%. Personal pies are where it's at.
You can stab a nice big hole in the middle, pour your Guinness gravy down the center.
Ooh.
Without looking, of course.
I never look when I pour.
The absolute governor.
Damn. Wow. Redheads, I feel like that's a great place to end this episode. I'm basically on the last sip of my Guinea. Eric, you got a ways to go here. What's going on?
Well, I'm trying to savor myself, Ty. I don't know if I okay, Ty just chugged the rest of his Guinness. I guess I'll catch up.
Chug, chug, chug. All the breadheads, if you're listening along, chant with me.
It ain't happening. I got too much left.
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
Breadheads, hope you have a pleasant holidays. Merry Christmas to all, and a Happy New Year. We will be back next week. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not taking any time off for this podcast.
Hell no, dude. This is the only thing I have going on for the holidays.
We'll see you on Breadheads. We'll see you on your very lonely Christmas Eve.
That's right. We call it, instead of a blue Christmas, it's a green and yellow Christmas.
Hell yeah. Okay, we're getting rid of red. Yellow's in.
That's right, baby. All right. Okay, well.
Think fresh, everybody. Ciao.